Good evening and good afternoon, everyone. My name is Mohammed Hassan Al Azim Al Tom, a student in FPT Saudi Arabia under the Introduction to Computing course. This is the task I've been given, operating systems by Dr. Azmatullah. So, this is the appendix, the lessons we're going to be studying, and let's get started. So, what are operating systems? Operating systems are the bridge between the user and the device that they're running. It's basically like the brain of the computer, and it is short, and its abbreviated form would be an OS. The biggest and most major brands are Windows, Linux, Mac OS, iOS, and Android. The uses of an operating system, the four uses I've listed here are just the tip of the iceberg, and they're not the entire scope of it. So, for starters, managing the memory makes it so that the operating system knows how to manage the memory in the most efficient way, as to not burn resources and make the computer become a slugfest and just sluggish and harder to use. The process scheduling is basically it knows what programs to run, when to stop running them, and run them for how long. Managing files is self-explanatory. It's basically like deleting the useless files and just designating these like all the useless files as just being able to be deleted. And giving platform for programs and files to run. So it basically helps in allocating programs and files to their respective launchers, whichever like program it is. Like if you want to open a PPT, it knows to open the PowerPoint app to present this presentation, as an example. So for starters, Microsoft Windows is the most common and most popular OS brand. It was first made in 1985 by the parent company Microsoft Corporations. Its pros is that it is user friendly. It has the easiest interface for beginners to use. It has the most compatibility with hardware, as most companies designed with Microsoft in mind, and it has the most support when it comes to programs like games, educational tools, and applications. Its cons is that since it is the most popular one, it has the biggest target on its back for malware and malpractice and viruses. It is oftentimes prone to bloating because Microsoft Windows can sometimes come with the most amount of pre-installed applications that are oftentimes not needed, and most people won't even know about it. And Windows is not cost-friendly, as it is a subscription-based operating system, or like a purchase where you have to buy the license for it. Next up is Linux, and Linux was created in 1991 by Linus Torvalds, and it has the widest range of distribution across servers and desktops, and this is all because it is free, it doesn't cost a single penny, and it is open source operating system. An open source operating system means that the software can be designed with your own specifications and limitations and preferences in mind. So its pros is that it is free compared to Microsoft Windows, and it has the most security because it's like less popular and much harder to penetrate compared to like say Windows. And it is lightweight in the sense that it doesn't have any pre-installed softwares with it, and it is very transparent in the fact that it can sometimes have it, but you can just delete it. Its cons is that it's not user-friendly because just like the simplest way to like do anything requires just a tedious amount of effort, and most people just don't like that. It has the most limited commercial support because like most applications launch with Microsoft in mind. So most of the time when you want to like get an application, let's say a game, you're going to have to go into online forums and find a Linux based link to help download it. And the most popular programs are just made with other operating systems in mind. Mac OS is the operating system made by Apple Incorporation in 2001 for the Mac computers. Its pros is that it has outstanding stability, as the Mac OS and like MacBooks, for example, rarely ever crash, and it has the ability to recalibrate very well after updates. It has a very user-friendly interface, and it's really easy to use, and it has the most safety measures compared to something like Windows. Its cons is that it's pricey because like sometimes Apple devices can be pricey. It has fewer program compatibility, especially with games, because most games are made with Windows in mind, and it has less customization compared to Windows or Linux. iOS is basically the other product made by Apple Incorporation. This time it was made for iPhones and iPads. Its pros is that iOS works really well with other devices, by Apple. So for example, you can pair it up with an Apple Watch or with the MacBook very easily. You have the most user-friendly interface out of everything mentioned before it, and it's less prone to viruses to compare to something like Android, which is its direct competitor. Its cons is that it is similar to macOS in the fact that it has very limited customization options. It is quite pricey, and it has no compatibility with other devices that are not made by the Apple incorporations. Android Android OS was made in 2008 by Android Incorporations, and which was bought by Google in 2005. Its pros is that it's open system similar to Linux, where you can install APKs or apps from external sources and even change and modify the operating system. The devices are generally more affordable, and Android is extremely customizable. Its cons is that it has more security risks because you can oftentimes just download like files that are corrupted or viruses. It's prone to bloating because it can sometimes come pre-installed with useless junk that you don't need, and its performance can be inconsistent because it has the largest coverage out of all the operating systems when it comes to mobile phones, but that doesn't guarantee the quality of the hardware itself that it is in. And these are the sources for the operating systems PPT. Thank you everyone for listening, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Thank you.